Maximizing profit in your landscape business. I'll break this down for you to simplify it. It's quite easy. Before we dive in, let's talk a little bit about me and my business. I'm making this video to you tonight because, as you can see, I am at an amazing home in Zakynthos, Greece. It's very often that I travel around the world, season after season with my family, to different exotic locations around the globe. So, the one thing that I need for that to happen is to be profitable. So I'm hoping you take all of this as proof that I know what I'm talking about. I've done this over 18 years, and I've built a business that runs without me and is profitable without me, so I can be here doing this with my family when I want to, anytime. First, let's define profit. For me, profit is the money that you get to keep, that is yours, that goes directly to your bank, that would go to your savings. Not money that you make, it's the profit that is after everything is paid for. So it's what you actually make, it's what you profit, it's what you get to take home. My main view on profit is that profits should be high. I would much rather prefer $1 million or a $2 million business that has 50% profit margins than a $7 million business that has 7 or 10% profit margins. The math makes sense for that. You deal with way less problems and you profit better. Quick side note, a big piece of this puzzle is actually how to find a business, but that's a whole separate video and I can put a link in that description for that. But for now, we're going to talk about pure profits, how to get higher profits, the math behind it and exactly why and how it works, but simplified. In short, profits happen in the relation to the value or the problem that you provide or that you solve compared to everyone else. That's the kicker. High profit margins, high profiting businesses, and tasks can be broken down into 3 main things. This will make things much easier for all of us to understand. Those 3 things are a need, a creativity, or a demand. An example of a need within my business is drainage. We provide a lot of drainage work because that's a need. People don't want their house flooding or their house eroding off of a cliffside, so they choose to have my business come and provide a lot of drainage services. That directs water in the right locations and keeps homes from flooding. That's a big need. It's crucial for me to note that that is not a want. People never wake up wanting drains, never dream of drains. But they do dream of a house that is low maintenance and not flooded and not having water damage, and that's why it's a need. People pay high dollars for things that they need, and things that they need also serve really well during recessions. Number 2, the creativity aspect. The creativity aspect is anything creative. Think of art. A lot of times really good art is really expensive, so the same translates into a business like landscaping. People who do really well, people who have money, they have nice homes and they want their landscaping to reflect on their home. And a lot of them understand that they need a landscape design, something really special done in anticipation for the whole plan of the whole yard and how everything works and looks and functions to match that house. So for people with high income, that is a big need. For example, in my home state, there's not a lot of people who actually do really high-end designs, really classy designs and creativity-based designs. So for me, that's why I provide that as a service within my business, because it's highly profitable, it's highly sought after by people with the most money. Because of this, I provide this as a service. The third aspect is a demand or a shortage. This could be something seasonal, this could be something the market is sought after, this could be a trend, this could be a shortage in the marketplace. This could also be a shortage in delivery time as well. An example of this within my business is my marketplace right now, due to all this COVID demand type of stuff. There's on average a 6-month wait time for people to get their yards done. So myself knowing this, it's my job to figure out how I can make that significantly less than my competitors. How can I deliver jobs faster and have a lower waiting time on my list so I catch more clients and I can charge a higher premium for that. So what I'm saying is that anytime you hit one of those 3 things, anytime you can solve one of those 3 things for a customer, you make higher profits. My goal for all of this is for you to be able to charge anything you'd like to charge that you feel is fair, that has a high profit margin, preferably higher than all your competitors. It's not really rocket science. People spend a lot of money when you're hitting a need, when you're getting something in a timeline or a demand that they're really after, or when you're doing something really creative that they need. As an added bonus, if you hit 2 or 3 of those things, then your profits even get higher. A lot of times, the highest profit margins in a certain business in a certain city are because they hit multiple different needs of multiple different clients again and again and again. For instance, the job that one of my teams is on right now while I'm here in Greece has drainage. I did a design for it and we had a 2-week turnaround. Boom, boom, boom. These people really needed a design, so I delivered a design to them in 1 week. They also really needed the yard to go in ASAP so they can enjoy it for the rest of the summer and so they can enjoy it during the fall. I knew this was a really big need for them. We had a schedule opening for them. So we're on their job right now. Then to sweeten the deal, we also needed drainage amongst the entire backyard, how everything flowed. We had the experience, we had the parts, we had everything we needed. So it hit every mark, and that's why they hired us. Not only did they hire us, but they hired us at extremely high profit margins because it fit their needs, fit their budget, and fit everything that they needed timeline-wise as well. It might be a good idea for you to contact other landscapers who are more successful or more established than you in your hometown and see what people, just ask them what people are mostly asking for right now, what people are delaying with, what industries of this are overwhelmed. You can also go to your landscape suppliers like a SiteOne or somewhere like that and see what materials are out of stock. You'll notice that certain sprays are out of stock because so many people want that specific ant spray for this specific season, and you know that you can do that as a service. Or you can see that, all of a sudden, such as right now, pavers are all out of stock because everyone wants pavers. It's not just a trend, it's a crazy trend. So maybe you install pavers because there's a huge demand. An example that I like to use is that I used to pull weeds. That used to be one of my starting activities doing landscaping. I used to mow lawns and I used to pull weeds. Turns out there would be 3 to 5 other landscapers almost at every major intersection in my city that also pulls weeds, does cleanups, and mows lawns. That's when I realized that I was not anything truly special. I wasn't hitting a lot of people's needs. If all of a sudden I got sick and couldn't serve all these purposes, there was a ton of other landscapers who could. Nowadays, that's the opposite. Nowadays, I'm very sought after in my home state, not just my city, my home state, and starting to be nationwide for my design work. My design work is a big, strong point in my business, and we're getting really good at that. And that is a big part of my business, a big key of my business. Another example in my business is I wanted to figure out how I could deliver faster on all of my projects. So I gathered more concrete subs to do all the concrete work on all my projects in advance, and I'm charging well above their rates for a better profit margin so I can get people in the door faster and get more jobs that way. Because of that, they're paying for that much higher margin. Basically what I'm saying is figure out people's needs and charge what you'd like. From there, you repeat that process and narrow things down and get better and better at what you're doing. And after a year goes by, you'd be surprised at how much your profit will increase in your business. If you have any questions at all, comment down below. If you have anything that was of value in here, please hit the like button and please subscribe to my channel. Now, if you'd like to learn 3D landscape design, I have a perfect course for you. This design program walks you step by step through the entire process that I've developed to start making a second income in my landscaping business and getting those really high income jobs. To find more info, go to my website at landscapersacademy.com. Again, thank you from Greece. Hope it helped you.